Hello. OMG. This lighting is not the best, but it's perfect for like spooky. Oh shit, I forgot I had eyeshadow on. Oh, let me adjust. 1 second. It's orange, if you can't tell. But there's also an orange light on right now. And like intense whiteout cloud light coming in. So what's up? Let me sip my high noon. She be grapefruit. She be refreshing. I am back fresh from Rife Gallery, where I am a part of their 2021 biennial art exhibition. And also, hi, hello, how are you? Hope your week's been great. I think it's been about a week or two since I checked in last. Lots has happened, I suppose. I'm still dressed up. I'm calling this, I love these sleeves. I just got this dress last night. I'm calling this like saloon wench, this whole look. So that's happening. And yeah, I'm home after going to the open house for it, which was really great. It was from 12 to 4, and I went from 12 to 4. So I had lots and lots of interaction with people, but I want more because I'm an extrovert. And so I'm at home, and I'm all like dressed up, nowhere to go kind of vibes tonight. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay if, I don't end up going anywhere tonight. Like, I'll be fine. It's not like I'll think it's disappointing or anything. I spilled a little high noon earlier, and I need to use these scissors later, so I need to have them fully functioning. Yeah, so here's the crazy sitch. Yesterday, they did a live Facebook video where the jurors went around and talked about the work, and they started in the opposite corner of the gallery than where my work was. And I'm on my lunch break. I'm munching on my sandwich. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this, and I felt really nervous because I didn't know, like, when exactly will they get to mine and what are they gonna say. And they also could not talk about everybody's work, because I think there's either 53 or 56 works of art in this show. Like, that is a ton of work. So they couldn't talk about everybody. And I just was so intrigued by what they were saying about other people's that I really hoped like they'd say something about mine, because I just wanted to know what they were thinking. So they're making their way around. They finally get to my area, my corner, the section that I'm in, and they're talking about the piece right next to mine. And then they turn around and they're like, well, we're kind of running out of time, blah, blah, blah. And they just sort of like buzz past it. I was like, no. I was like, oh, I guess they just didn't have time to talk about mine. And like trying really hard to not feel disappointed and like snubbed, but I was like, damn, I really wanted to know, like, what did they think? Then they start doing the jurors' picks, and they're back over in the first corner where they started. The gallery itself is kind of a U shape, maybe like not as like severe as a horseshoe kind of U, but picture that sort of opened up a little more. So they're back in where they kind of started, and they're going over like their jurors' picks. So there were 3 jurors total, and they each got to pick one juror's choice. And the works they picked were great. I mean, all the works in the show are like stunning and fantastic in their own way and with their own right of what the artist did and how they did it. And it's a great show. If you are in Columbus, Ohio and can check this out, you have until January 7th at the Rife Gallery. So then they, the second juror picks their thing, the third juror picks their thing, and then they said, we have a best of show. And like the way they started like moving and walking, my whole body was just like, holy shit. And they go over to mine. Oh my God. And I'm sitting at work, like I'm at my desk, but I'm like at this point blasting my volume is at like full volume. And so I was really surprised. My coworker Todd was like, what are you watching? And I'm like, freaking out at this point. And I got best of show in this exhibition. And I cannot tell you how that like makes me feel, because I'm still processing it and like digesting it and savoring it. The statistics of this show were already so insane to begin with, because they had 1,800 submissions, and they could only pick 53, whatever that 50 number is. And so the Kat, who oversees the gallery, she sent us the email when we were being notified of our acceptance, and she said something like, if you like math, that's a whopping 3% acceptance rate, like 3%. And so to get best in show on top of that, I'm telling you, I could have gone to the moon. Like I had so much like feel good energy in me. And it really made me like sit back on my ass and think like, you can no longer doubt yourself. Like enough, no more. Like obviously there are going to be bad days. There are going to be times where I feel really stuck, but no more self-sabotage, no more, doubting what it is I do or why I do it or how I do it, or comparing myself to other people. Like this just like rock hard solidified such a nice like realization and feeling for me. And I just wanted to pop on and say that. And I'm still in the nice shoes. Like I am hanging out. I freaking knocked over the high noon earlier, and so I had to clean that up, and that kind of just got me started on a path to cleaning up my apartment a little bit. I am going to be doing my Instagram live tour, so make sure all you 2 people that watch my videos, make sure you follow me on Instagram so you can see that. I'm going to be doing that next Sunday, a week from tomorrow at 2 p.m. And yes, it is on daylight savings time, so why not lose another hour by spending another hour with me? So yeah, I'm riding high. Like it feels so fucking good. Like damn. Like damn. I really, really needed something like this, because especially after, the stretch of COVID, and there's a lot going on, with where I don't want to, okay, let me start over. Lots and lots and lots of things are happening and have happened. And so to have this come along, it's just been such a like, I keep thinking about like when baseball bats absolutely crack the hell out of a baseball and send it out of the stadium. Like that's what this feels like baseball bats splintering into pieces. It hits the ball so hard and it flies out, and everybody gets to run, home run, whatever. I don't even know if that's possible, because I think if you go out of the stadium, that's a foul ball. But I don't know sports, so that's my metaphor, okay? Yeah. So I'm so pleased. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The jurors were great. Like, I just really appreciated hearing their insight and what they thought and their whole process of, you know, jurying the show, and the irony of how much I struggled while installing the work, because I was just having a really, really rough day, and I had come home. I had been out of town. I had, you know, been drinking a lot because it was a wedding weekend, and I had to drive, you know, on Monday morning. I had to get back to Columbus, and it's like a 5-hour drive, and that's, you know, it's, when you have a long drive, it's going to be tiring no matter what. But, you know, on top of, you know, having too much to drink, I passed out asleep the second night, missed my meds, didn't take any of my meds. So you have a copious amount of booze, shit sleep, a long drive, and you missed a dose of your medication. Like, yeah, that's a recipe to feel like a sack of shit. So the first day of installing this work was just horrible. Like, I at one point had a decent chunk of it on the wall and like took half of it down and was like, you need to start over. And like, luckily some part of my brain was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, put all that back. So it all worked out. And, you know, first day really, really rough, but I was able to finagle out of having to go to my other job the next day. So I was able to install all day long from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I used every minute of it. And that's when I took my Instagram hiatus and I made that other video. So that's the last time I checked in with you. Yeah, and just, you know, the whole irony then of if I hadn't been taking that break that day and not looked at, you know, my phone 10 million times, I would have been screwed of getting it finished. So yeah, it just, to have it go from that to that, just cheers to me. Cheers to this chinny chin chin angle I seem to always put the videos at. Yeah, I'm feeling good, feeling some type of way, and that's all I wanted to pop on and say. So I'm going to leave it here, cut it decently short today. I'll see what I do the rest of the night, whether I go out or stay in. We'll find out. All right. Peace and love and Powerpuff Girls energy.